If you got a message at 1 a.m. from a stranger asking you to go skydiving with him and some other people in 2 days in a place that's more than 700 kilometers away from where you are, what would you say? Funnily enough, a few weeks ago I found myself in exactly this situation. I was in Berlin and didn't have a plan yet for the coming days. I opened my WhatsApp and saw a message in the Yes Fam Germany group that basically said, "We're going skydiving in 2 days, who's joining us?" Initially I was reluctant to do it though. First of all, skydiving costs were pretty much the equivalent of 1 week of traveling for me, and second, I was more than 700 kilometers away and I needed to be there in 2 days. Plus, taking public transport would make the trip even more expensive. But soon I realized though that these are exactly the moments where a simple yes might give me the most fantastic experience I've ever had. I even made a bucket list just 2 days before and I put skydiving on there, not knowing at all that I could cross it off so soon. I had the money for the skydiving and I had some experience with hitchhiking. I don't think I'd ever forgive myself if I would have said no, so the next day I got up early and started hitchhiking towards Austria. So I'm currently walking to the start of the highway in Berlin. Yesterday some Yes Fam members asked me to skydive with them in Tyrol, which is basically like a full day of traveling. It's in Austria and I'm in Berlin right now. I'm gonna have to hitchhike, so let's see what's gonna happen. Got some breakfast. Don't ask me why I'm eating a pepper at 7:30 in the morning, but it tastes pretty good actually. Okay, so it's now like 10 a.m. I've been waiting for a lift in like the middle of the center of Berlin for like a few hours, but no one picked me up. So now I took a tram away from the center of Berlin and more to like the highway that's going to the south. So I'm going to Leipzig first, then after that Nuremberg, after that Munich, after that hopefully Austria. I'm going to a petrol station and just gonna see if someone picks me up, and hopefully like the first ride is always the hardest. I'm hoping someone picks me up at the petrol station. I'm gonna wait at now, and then once I got the first ride it'll go easier. So I've got 2 rides now. I'm at a random petrol station between Berlin and Munich somewhere. It's like 500 kilometers to go to Munich. So I'm gonna write down Munich on my board and hope that someone picks me up. And I'm just gonna ask random people at the petrol station again, and hopefully someone goes straight to Munich. This highway leads straight up to Munich though, so I think someone will pick me up.
Hallo, eine Frage. Wohin fahren Sie? Ich muss nach München.
Ich kann Geld mitnehmen, ich bin mit Schwerlast.
Ah, okay, danke.
Auch nicht.
Ich muss nach München. Ich muss nach München. Ich muss nach München. Ich muss nach München. Hallo, ich muss nach München gehen. Ich muss nach München gehen. Wohin fahren Sie? Ich muss nach München gehen.
Ja.
Und wohin fahren Sie?
Nee, da kommen wir nicht hin.
Ah, okay, danke. Ich muss nach München gehen.
Bitte?
Ich muss nach München gehen.
Nee,
Okay. Hallo, guten Tag. Ich muss nach München gehen. Ich muss nach München gehen.
Ja.
Und wohin fahren Sie?
Wir fahren jetzt die nächste Ausfahrt schon raus.
Ah, okay, danke.
Zur Pause. Also von daher macht es keinen Sinn.
Na, danke. Guten Tag. Ich muss nach München. Ich muss nach München. Ich muss nach München. Ich muss. Hallo. Hallo, guten Tag. Ich muss nach München. Okay. The thing with hitchhiking is that you just have to accept that 9 out of 10 people would just ignore you or just say no right away. And it's just tiring. Hallo, guten Tag. Wohin fahren Sie?
Wir fahren nicht nach München.
Okay, wohin? Wohin gehen Sie?
Wir fahren in Frankfurt.
Frankfurt.
Ja.
Wohl.
Aber wir nehmen keinen mit.
Okay.
Ja, aus
Okay.
Prinzip,
Ja, das ist gut. Vielleicht auf das Dach?
Ja.
No, I'm just kidding.
Bleiben Sie gesund, ja?
Ja, du auch. Couldn't go on the roof. Guten Tag. Wohin fahren Sie?
We are already complete.
Ah, okay. Vielleicht auf das Dach? Maybe on the roof? No, I'm kidding, okay, thank you. My roof joke is working well. Vielleicht auf das Dach?
Bitte?
Auf das Dach vielleicht? No, I'm just kidding, thank you.
So?
Guten Tag. Okay, so I've been really lucky today. I got like rides all the time, and I just got a ride from people who went even beyond Munich. So today I thought if I would be lucky, I'd make it to Munich, and now I might even make it straight to Austria, to the place we're skydiving. So that's really good. And look at the view. Really beautiful here. Can't wait to skydive with these mountains everywhere. Sun is setting right now. I'm gonna hitchhike until like 12 or 11, and then if I didn't get a ride until then, the guys from the skydiving are coming to pick me up, and so until then I'm gonna try. I already tried 2 people. They were actually quite friendly, but they both couldn't take me because they were full or they didn't go the right direction. This is the luckiest day ever. So I'm now at a petrol station. It's like 11 at night. The boys who I'm going skydiving with are coming to pick me up in a few minutes. So that means I've officially hitchhiked from Berlin all the way to a very specific place in Austria in the Alps in one day. So I'm really proud of myself. I got very lucky. I even f***ed up at the end because I was supposed to get out a bit earlier, but I didn't. And then I didn't tell the people who were giving me a ride. And then they dropped me here at this petrol station, and so I'm not in the best spot right now. If I'd have to hitchhike to the place myself, I don't know if I'd make it. So I'm really lucky the guys are coming to get me, but they are. So I made it in one day from Berlin to a very specific place in Austria, which I didn't expect at all. Like, I would have been happy if I made it to Munich. So now I made it to the place the same day. So I'm happy. And tomorrow we're going to skydive. That's going to be even better. So it's been a nice adventure, but it's going to be even better. So I'm really, really excited.
So this
2 cameras, okay.
What's your name? Managed to hitchhike
My name is
from Berlin to where we are at in Austria, in Tyrol. Initially it's the same time as we arrived.
Yep. So I got up
I
at
have no idea how we managed to do it.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Dankeschön.
Kein Problem, hey.
Second round.
Okay guys, good morning. Yesterday evening I got picked up by one of the yes theory dudes, and it's now morning. We're gonna skydive in a few hours. The thing is, there's only space for 5 people in the car, and if we do 6, that's completely illegal. So the plan is for me to hitchhike there, because they were so impressed with my hitchhiking skills. They were like, yeah, you can hitchhike there and we won't be in trouble. So now I'm gonna hitchhike. It's 1 hour driving to the skydiving place. I got up an hour before the other people, quickly showered, didn't eat anything, and now I'm on my way again. Anything for the skydiving. I didn't sleep long again, but I'm really excited, really excited. So let's see if someone wants to give me a ride. I honestly think that this is the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, I'm trying to think of anything crazier, but hitchhiking all the way from Berlin to some random place in Austria for 1 full day, and then sleeping in a hotel with 5 other strangers and having a beer, and then the next day going hitchhiking to go skydiving with 5 strangers. That has to be one of the craziest things I've ever done. Meanwhile, my new friends were also getting ready to go skydiving.
He sent me the voice messages at 7:04. It was like,
It's easy peasy, baby. Already got a ride. I waited like 5 minutes. On the right direction. See you there, boys. And girls, of course. Yo, it's so beautiful here. It's crazy.
this dude. How? I think it's easier with going alone. I guess.
I just got one of the craziest rides ever. I asked the guy what he did for a living, and he didn't want to tell me. And then he told me he wanted to be a professional criminal. And then we listened to hip hop for like 20 minutes, and I think my ears are damaged now, but it's okay. I just got a ride from a criminal, so that's another bucket list thing. So yeah, that was my 3rd ride. And now I'm in the city I need to be in, but I still need to get to the skydiving place, which is still a few minutes driving. So now waiting for the last ride, and otherwise the guys will pick me up. So I'm like 40 minutes away walking from the skydiving place, so I'm gonna walk. I'm here with my bros. What's up, bro? How you doing? Broskies, they're not gonna skydive. I asked them, but they didn't respond, so I guess they're not coming with me, but it would have been fun to see a sheep skydive. But yeah, maybe next time. It's on my bucket list, skydive with a sheep. Hello. Morgen. I'm in a beautiful village right now, actually. It's like in the middle of the mountains. Beautiful houses everywhere, like this. I love Austria. It's nice. People are friendly. Just got 3 rides from amazing people. Well, the last guy was a criminal, but okay, guys, I made it to the skydiving place. It's right there.
Alright.
Did you see the plane? It's so small. How the? I hitchhiked again. Hitchhiking king. Call me the hitchhiking king. Dude, look at that plane. It's the smallest thing I've ever seen.
Where?
It's over there.
I'm ready.
What?
Ready. I had overcome the first challenge of hitchhiking over 700 kilometers to the skydiving place. It was now time for the second challenge, jumping out of a plane at 13,000 feet, or in other words, 40 football fields. For some weird reason, I didn't feel nervous at all, and to be honest, I was more scared about an hour before when I was in the car with someone who had ambitions in the criminal world. There was only place for 2 people on the plane, so we had to take turns. I opted to go last. And judging by my new friends' reactions,
Amazing! I'm like speechless. Oh my god.
I was in for a real treat. They told me I was about to experience the greatest few minutes of my life.
Literally the best 30 minutes of my life.
Which only added to my already overwhelming feeling of excitement and enthusiasm. After a few hours of waiting in the lovingly shining Austrian sun, it was finally time to become James Bond himself. Me and Madeleine got into the airplane and started ascending into the Austrian sky. I had never been in such a small plane before, and the 20-minute flight through the Alps before the jump was a surreal experience in itself. It was hard to imagine a place more fit for skydiving than the Austrian Alps. Mountain tops and valleys stretched as far as the eye could see, and here and there were some wandering clouds in a bright blue sky. After calming down my instructor and telling him everything was going to be fine, it was time to jump. Somehow I didn't feel nervous yet, until the doors opened. I was suddenly in slight panic and I realized I'd never been in an airplane with the door open before. Before I knew, Madeleine had already jumped and it was now time for me to shuffle towards the door. Clumsily I put my legs out of the plane, I almost lost one of my shoes, and then jump. Soon I realized that it was one of the most blissful experiences of my life. It all started with a simple yes 2 days before the jump. What followed was a truly unforgettable adventure. Within just a few days I'd made some new wonderful friends, I'd hitchhiked by myself for the first time in my life, and I jumped out of a plane. What I learned from this experience is that all it takes to enjoy life more is to make a shift in your mindset. When you become more open to new experiences, even though there's no guarantees that you'll succeed, your world will change. And so, I challenge you to say yes the next time an opportunity to experience something new presents itself. You never know what it might bring you and where you might end up. And who knows, maybe you too will end up flying through the sky at 13,000 feet. See you next week.